Okay, well, thank you everyone for joining our uh, Tucson, our Arizona Daily Star opinion reader chat. And today we are doing a pet show and tell, because inspired by the many pets that we see in people's backgrounds and that we've talked about over the 15 months that we've been doing our reader chats. So Sarah, could you let us know about the participation, how we'll do this, and introduce our first guest?
Definitely. Well, welcome all today. We're excited to do something fun and lighthearted and meet the rest of your family members. So those that want to participate and share their pets, if you want to go ahead and just raise your virtual hand, and then we'll just kind of go through everybody. And that way we have a better idea of who all wants to participate. And then we also invited a few of the local rescues. A lot of you are probably familiar with the Dr. Friend in the paper and the gallery online. So we have a few that participate in that in the paper that are actually going to show you some of their cuties that they have, whether it be cats or dogs at their locations. So we might hit on a couple of those first, just so we know that they're at work, so they may need to take off. But we'll go ahead and start with them. So we're going to start off with Allison at the Hermitage. So if you want to go ahead and unmute yourself and tell us a little bit about who you have with you.
Yeah, hi everyone. So I'm here at the Hermitage No-Kill Cat Shelter and Sanctuary. We're Tucson's oldest no-kill cage-free shelter. So all of our kitties just roam around freely in designated spaces. Today I have with me, I'm hoping he's gonna cooperate. Let's see, turn the camera around. This is Burton. Burton is about 3 years old. He is double positive, so he has FIV and FELV, which don't let that scare you. It's basically, they're both autoimmune diseases, and they basically just mean that his immune system is not as strong as another kitty's, so he just needs regular medical care and good diet and to be kept indoors, and he's a healthy boy otherwise. He's very sweet. He absolutely loves people. So he's got these cute little chubby cheeks that he likes to have rubbed. He is looking for a really good home. Unfortunately, because we are cage free, sometimes that environment doesn't work for every kitty. And he's been having a little bit of trouble here because he likes to be an alpha male. So he doesn't really get along with the other males in our FELV room. So we're hoping to find him a good home where he can either be an only kitty or a kitty. We think he may be okay with like a docile female or even like a submissive male, but he definitely needs to be the alpha in his home. But as I said, he absolutely loves humans. He was just sitting on my lap a second ago. Now he's curious as to the noises outside the door and wants to go explore out there. Hi, buddy.
So is FIV, is that expensive care for a pet? Can you have another cat in the house with them? How does that work?
So FIV is spread through deep bite wounds. So here at the shelter, we actually mix in our FIV kitties with the general population. They require regular vet visits, maybe even more vet visits, but in and of itself, it doesn't require any care. The problem is if they get another disease, it suppresses their immune system to the point where it's harder for them to fight that off. FELV, on the other hand, is similar in how it works, but it's spread through saliva. So it's more easy to spread. But there is a vaccine for healthy kitties. So it is possible to have, if you have a kitty already, to get that kitty vaccinated and then bring Burton home, and that would protect your current kitty from FELV. So that is possible. And we actually have an amazing sponsor who's sponsoring FELV adoptions right now. So they're only $25. And we're hoping to eventually have her sponsor the vaccines for any healthy kitties in your home as well. So this is a really good opportunity, and it's a great time to come get a kitty like Burton.
That's amazing. If you could maybe share in the chat the information of what people would need to do if they wanted to adopt Mr. Cutie with chubby cheeks Burton.
Yeah, of course. It's a super easy process. I'll put the link in the chat, but basically you just fill out an application and our amazing adoptions coordinator will get back to you within a day or two and we'll set up an appointment.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us here today. And thank you for all that you do for our little four-legged ones in our community.
Yeah, thank you guys for having us on. Say bye,
Bye,
Burton.
bye. He's like, no, I'm done now. Thanks again.
Thank
All right. So let's see, we also have those that are here from the local rescues, if you could raise your hand as well, so I don't overlook anybody. But if Nikki, you want to go ahead and unmute yourself and share who you have with you today.
Yeah, so I did also want to give a big thank you to all the rescues on this call and the ones that are not on the call, because they are our saviors right now. We're really grateful to our rescue partners because we're in our busiest season, as I'm sure they are. We're taking in 75 to 100 pets every single day. We have our current census in-house is 709 animals, of which 117 are cats, 461 are dogs, and the rest are made up of some other pets. And then in foster care, it's just as much. We have 755. But the difference is we have more cats in foster care than we do actually in the shelter. We have 484 cats in foster care with 263 dogs. So the goal is to get them in foster care so that they don't have to be here at the shelter. But I'm in the Sunshine Center, and I'm going to try to walk my laptop around and introduce you to some folks. This is Buttons. Buttons is very sweet, and he really does like people. He looks a little tired right now, but he's having a good time. And this gorgeous, gorgeous kitty up here is Amelia. She's got these beautiful eyes, just absolutely gorgeous kitty cat. And then I really love Butternut because her name is Butternut, but also because she is just this gorgeous calico cat. She's just beautiful. And she just likes to do her own thing.
She's like, excuse me.
Yeah, she's beautiful. It's hard to see her coat like while she's sitting here, but she was walking around earlier and she said hey to me, and then she was like, you know what? I'm done. You're cool, but bye. Like right now, like she's like, I don't think so. So we have an adoption special as well. We are doing $0 adoptions for pets 4 months and up. There is no licensing fee for cats, but if you get a dog, there is a $20 licensing fee that you have to pay. Kittens and puppies, they're only $50. Puppies will have that additional $20 licensing fee as well. Like I mentioned, we're focusing on cats right now because we are taking in a lot of cats, and we're working with a lot of overwhelmed caregivers in our community right now. We have several cases that are open, and mostly cats. We do have a couple working with some small breeds and large breed dogs, but these are folks who just, they wanted to do something good and they got a little too overwhelmed because they didn't get some of them spayed and neutered, and then they ended up having a lot more than they intended. So we're happy to help those folks because they ask us for help, and we have groups like the Hermitage and some of our other rescue partners who help take in some of those cats. So if you are interested in a kitty, we have plenty in the building and in foster care, and I'm sure the Hermitage will also agree, and all the other rescue partners on here. Kitten season's here, so if you're not sure if you want to adopt full time, all of us could use fosters, and we could really use fosters, especially for these little bitty kittens that need around the clock care. It's hard when you don't have their mom, and they do better with mom, but we couldn't do it without those amazing fosters. So we have promotions, we have help from our lovely rescue partners. So if you're looking to foster, shelter, adopt, whatever it is, volunteer, Pack and the rest of these folks, these amazing rescues in town, we could all use the help. So we're really, really, really excited that you guys invited us to this call because we appreciate any and everything that you guys can do for us. Thanks.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much, Nikki. And if you as well can put in there a link of where people can go to, whether it's foster or adopt, or, maybe even just donate and sponsor an adoption. I know I see that a lot, and that's an awesome gift, to kind of help people be able to get an animal that may not otherwise have been able to afford it. So thank you so much for your time.
Can I just add that Bernard is, hello Bernard, came from Pack, he and his two sisters. And so they have, whoa, oops, sorry. Yeah, it's really hard, like when I've had it where mouse like runs onto your back, and that's kind of a problem. Anyway, I wanted to just emphasize that Pack has friendly little people in addition to cats and dogs. So thank you.
Thank you. We actually have a rabbit right now. If anyone is in the, looking for a rabbit, it's adorable. This black, midnight black bunny. So that would be $0 as well.
Man, the options are endless, guys. Not only are we going to see our cute pets, but we might have to go get some more. All right, and I believe that we have Alex with Paws Patrol. If you want to go ahead and mute yourself and show us who you have to introduce. And I believe after that, but please correct me if I'm wrong, anyone, we'll go ahead and we'll get into the rest of our readers' cats and dogs and share what they have.
I'm also here with Southern Arizona Cat Rescue.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much, Courtney.
I was able to jump in.
Nope. Yeah, so we'll go ahead now, just because I had said that with Alex, and then we'll come to you. Thank you so much, Courtney. Are you there, Alex?
Hello,
There
my
you
name
are.
is Alex, and I'm from Paws Patrol in Green Valley, Arizona. I'm generally the person behind the computer volunteering and getting cat information to Arizona Daily Star and updating our website and stuff. Currently, our kitten has run away. And I'm really sorry. I hope you got to see Mira while she was in my arms earlier. We are a small organization in Southern Arizona. Our facility is not even 700 square feet. Right now we have 60 kittens and adult cats, senior cats as well. We only do cats only, and we partner with different organizations throughout Southern Arizona. Petco is one of them, where we are able to stay on site with them on the weekends from 11 to 2 Saturday and Sunday, where you can learn more about our cats that are available for adoption. I'm trying to think what else to talk about. Our organization's all volunteer run. We don't have any paid staff. So if anybody besides, wanting to volunteer or foster a cat, we're always looking for volunteers. And if I can find the little guy again, I will bring him up. I could share some. The cat looks terrified behind me, but we're gonna try it out, okay? So I appreciate everybody's patience. Okay.
I'm good. Let's meet him.
All right. So hopefully I won't break this. So let's see, who do we have here? Okay, so here we have a mama and her kittens. Like I said, we're very small and they look very scared. I'm afraid to open this up, but we're gonna give it a try. If not, if the screen goes dark, you know what happened. So here are some of our new residents.
Oh.
So right now we're pretty much at capacity. All our fosters are full. We can't take any more felines. And so yeah, that's about it. I have another little snoozy Susie down here. She's adorable.
Hello.
And her name is Iris. Iris, I'm the worst camera person. Can you say hello?
Oh, Iris is pretty.
Oh yeah, I believe her siblings have already been adopted, so she's left.
So she's pretty young then.
Yeah. So I appreciate you letting me do this. My first try on camera for Paws Patrol.
No, you're doing great. Hey, we're pretty casual here, so we don't mind it.
Okay, well, I appreciate it. And I am like big superstars of Hermitage and Pack and the Cats of Southern Arizona. You guys are amazing, and we're grateful for what you guys do for the bigger community and helping us as well. So thank you guys.
Well, we thank you, Alex, as well. We appreciate you being here today. And if you also want to share in the chat information about people contacting you to see what cats you love, or if there was one that they saw that they might be interested in learning more about.
All right, we'll do.
Thank you so much. All right, and one more. Courtney, if you want to go ahead and unmute yourself and share who you have today.
Hello. So I have a couple that I'm going to share with you guys. I'm in my cat room right now at my house. So I have a very large room that it used to be 2 rooms that I've converted into my cat room. So we have a whole little kitty condo.
Can you share too that you're with Southern Arizona Cat Rescue? I wanted to make sure.
I am with Southern Arizona Cat Rescue. So I am one of the board members. I helped founded the rescue when we started it back in October of 2019. And I will say we currently, I mean, like everybody else, everybody is looking for fosters. And as of right now, we have over 200 cats and kittens in our foster homes. So we definitely have a lot. And we, like everybody else, we have everybody always reaching out looking for placement for more. So we do everything that we can, of course, like so many of us do. And my contribution is turning one of my bedrooms into a cat room. So I'll kind of pick up, my computer's gonna die soon. So I have these guys here. They were feral. Behind them, also another 3 of feral ones. And in the way back kitty condo are 2 older cats. They are 12-year-old sisters. They've been together their whole life. And then I'm gonna grab Garfield. His stature matches his name. So here's Garfield. Both the older ladies and Garfield have only known one owner their whole life. And unfortunately, he passed away back in November. I'm going to let him go because he can get shy sometimes. Garfield's the youngest one that we got out of the house, and he's estimated to be around 7. So he's up for adoption. The girls are up for adoption. And I've got a cute surprise for you guys. She's not up for adoption yet. She's a medical case.
Oh.
She's surprisingly, guys, 8 weeks old. She had to get tube fed for several weeks. It is believed that she has severe CH. So she's very wobbly, and we're actually gonna attempt to make a wheelchair cart type thing for her today. And she is so precious, but she's so little.
She is. And what is her name, or does she have one?
Her name is Salome.
So,
I did not name her. I'm actually just babysitting her for her foster right now. And she is just the most precious thing. She's so sweet. So that's the guys I have today. I also have a cute flame point too, but she's not so nice yet.
okay.
I usually deal with more of the behavioral guys.
You get the ones you gotta train.
I do. I usually do.
We thank you so much. We know that you guys are all so busy, especially with it being kitten season and, you know, having so many extras. So thank you for your time as well and sharing a few of your friends with us. And if you as well want to put in the chat information about how people can reach Southern Arizona Cat Rescue. And all of these are also all on Facebook. And I know that some of them are just awesome to follow because there's so many cute animals that you see. Some of them you just can't hardly resist. So please include that information, Courtney, and thank you so much for being here today.
You're welcome.
All right, Sarah, if you want to take over and start going through all of the readers that want to share.
Sure, you can. I put Bernard back because he was getting antsy. So Kathy Donahue, why don't you share your furry friends or feathered friends, since you have so many friends?
Let's see, am I still muted? Yes.
No,
Oh, you're unmuted.
Oh, now you're muted.
Out again. Okay.
Good.
Yay. I sent Sarah a picture of two of our cats because they're so hard to corral. I don't know if she has that. And this is Pima and Toes. And this is, we were about to go on a trip and they thought maybe that wasn't such a good idea. So one of them is Pima, you saw, they're, they were hard to, they show up if you pack your suitcases and decide they're either going or you're not going. But then I said to Sarah that our owl has fledged. We had 3 owlets, Western screech owls. And so this is one of the chicks that was banded. It was early in the morning and he was sleepy. And so he's just probably about 10 weeks old. So they put a band on him and put him back in the box. And then they all flew away. Their mother will feed them for another 10 weeks. This is not a pet, but this is outdoor pets kind of thing. And then there's one of them spent a night on, I don't know if she has that picture, but yeah, one of them decided a good place to spend the night was on a light sconce right outside our window. So he was there all day and we didn't go in and out of the house because there he was. So this is a chick. He's not very old, but he flew away that night and went off to see his parents. His parents will feed him for maybe another 10 weeks. He'll hang out with them. Anyway, so those are the outdoor guys.
That's fantastic.
Those owls, they're just beautiful.
Yeah, they're really nice, except they look a little, they have a real intense stare for sure.
Yeah, like, what are you doing in there?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Thank you how did you get your cats?
Oh, 2 of them came from the Humane Society, the 2 that were deciding they wanted to travel. And the other one came with us from Los Angeles. So he's the older cat was harder to find. So, and I didn't, he is a friendly cat, but anyway, I don't want to show too many pictures, but.
Are they both, I'm sorry, are they both Abyssinians, Kathy?
No, they're all basically American long and short hair. They're just, they're nothing, they are nothing particular.
Well, I don't mean to judge your cats, but they look pretty darn lazy right now.
Oh,
at least in those images.
Yeah, they are. They're
Right.
very, very cat-like. They sleep most
Yeah.
of the time. Yeah.
I lecture my cats. I try to instill self-discipline, but they don't listen.
Yeah.
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 Excellent.
They're beautiful cats you have.
Thank you. They're very nice. They enrich us tremendously.
Do they go outside?
Before we moved, we lived in Los Angeles and we had indoor outdoor cats all the time. And where we lived, the coyote population got to be quite a bit bigger. So when we moved here, we decided that they weren't going out. We've built a catio for them where they can go. And because there was a doggy door, so we built it around there. And 2 of the cats will walk on a harness.
Really?
Yeah, and so they'll sit at the door and then you put the little harness on them and they go out in the yard and they don't go very far, but we decided it's too dangerous here. Yeah, I mean, we have bobcats as many people do. We have coyotes, whatever else so.
Owls.
Yeah, we have owls. Yeah, exactly. And this catio is porous enough. It has screening that every once in a while, a rat, pack rat will get in or a lizard, and they will catch that and they will bring it in. So besides being safe themselves, cats are really hard on wildlife.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a win-win, we hope, for everybody.
Excellent. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mary, and then Kathy Scott.
Hi, I was so excited today for show and tell. I wanted to introduce you to my senior cat. I put the picture behind me. Her name is Glorioski. And this is her discovering a mirror. Recently, we took her to Westward Look. It was her first time at resort living. and she absolutely loved it. We were getting some construction done at our house, so we spent 4 days there, and it's the first time I've ever seen her discover herself in a mirror. So she's looking up at me in the mirror, just amazed. She's a senior cat. She's about over 20 years old. I inherited her when my first husband passed away. We were no longer married, but we're very good friends at the time. And I inherited the Glorioski along with the Lee sisters, which was Peggy Lee, Brenda Lee, and Sarah Lee. And they've all passed away one at a time. So Glorioski is the last of the group. And she's really sweet, slowing down, of course, quite a bit. And I did my homework. People are always wondering why my former spouse named her Glorioski. And I finally figured it out. There's two sources. I want to quote my sources here for the opinion page people. One is it's listed as slang for little Annie. It means wonderful, great, hurrah. It's like an exclamation, Glorioski. And the second source, and I think this was probably the one that Fletch had, which was G. Officer Krupke from West Side Story quotes the word Glorioski. So that's the origin of her name. And she jumped off my lap, so I can't show her in person, but I'll track her down again. But happy to introduce her. And I loved hearing from the other groups. I just want to put a little plug in also for Green Valley Animal League. They have a really great program down there. If you adopt a senior cat or dog, you get vet care for life, which is really cool. I adopted a senior cat down there who had just one owner. She was the cat was 17 years old, and because of the senior population down there, you do get pets left behind sometimes. And also, it helps people who might want to hesitate or are hesitating to adopt a cat or a dog because they're afraid of the vet bills. So it's really a cool thing. Even though I lived in Tucson, I was going to get vet care for life for this cat if I needed it. So I put in a little plug for Green Valley Animal League. Thanks.
Thank you. That's great. Wow. She certainly does look surprised. Yeah. So Kathy, Scott.
Okay, this is Snickers.
Hi, Snickers.
I don't know how to get there. And Snickers has a somewhat interesting story. I had brought her home exactly 1 year ago yesterday, June 9th. And I had a remaining dog, Simone, who was 20 when she died, which is old for a dog, small dog, during the pandemic, and we were sheltered in place. And I looked all these ladies that were speaking in the Green Valley Animal League and wanted a small dog, but everybody and their brother at that time were getting dogs. Okay. I ended up purchasing her, which I don't regret, but it was the only way I could get her. And I was driving home with her, and I got a phone call that 4 people in the office that I work in had all come down with COVID, and that everybody in the office was totally sheltered in place and had to get tested the next day. I called my daughter, who lives in Chandler, and said, should I turn around and return her? Or if something happens, will you take her? And they said they would take her, and I'm here and she's here. Okay. And I just got back from San Diego about 3 hours ago from a week's trip with my grandsons, first time out since pandemic. And she was with a friend of mine and just made herself right at home. She looks tired. They had dogs, and she's not used to other animals, but this is Snickers.
Hi, Snickers. Oh, Snickers looks happy to be home.
She's very happy to be home and very tired.
Yeah. Like, dogs are required. Oh,
There she is. There's
Nice.
looking awake,
look at her.
Mhm.
Oh, she's got a lot of character.
She does.
She sure does. Thank you, Kathy.
Okay, come on, Snickers.
Prep time. Allison Hughes.
So this is Logan. Now, Logan is the name that Pima Animal Control gave to him when he was found wandering in the desert. And I got him through a rescue person. I didn't like his name, so I kept thinking, he doesn't look like a Logan. Where did he get the name Logan? So I'd give him a new name every day to see which he would like. My favorite actor is Idris Elba, so I called him Driss for a while. He was Driss. Some of my friends still call him Driss. Then one day he looked like a Buddha, so I started calling him Buddha Dog. And then I discovered he was deaf, so it didn't really matter what I called him. But he likes his walk twice a day. He's ready for his walk. He must be about 12. And we have outside cat whose name is Medea, who just simply arrived one day. She just showed up. He tolerates Medea, and she bats him with her paws. She's feral, and she loves him. She likes to come into the kitchen and take over his bed, like bats him and get him out of his bed. And he dutifully leaves the bed because he's deaf anyway and mostly blind. So, but he's a lovely dog, and he likes to sleep in the bed, my bed. He has 8 beds around the house, and he goes from bed to bed to bed to bed. He never goes on the rug. He only sleeps in a bed. It's fascinating to watch. If I buy him a new bed, he goes to the new bed. He just takes it over, bed to bed. That's Logan for you folks. We're glad to introduce you. He batted me on the nose. No, not true. That was the doctor that did that. But he's been a lovely wee thing. So thank you for your patience in listening to Logan's story. And thank you, Pima Animal Control.
Welcome, Logan. Wow. How did you discover that he couldn't hear?
By shouting, shouting louder, and it didn't make any difference, the shouting. Hey, Logan! Didn't work. Hey, Dress! Didn't work.
He's like, I'm listening.
He listened.
Yeah, yeah.
We know he's telling stories about you, Logan.
Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you, Allison. Fitz, do you want to introduce us to anyone?
In my household,
Yes.
yes, I do. This is Finn, who is a brat. This is young Finn, who annoys the grand dame of our home, Nala. And I love Nala dearly. Nala's 21. I think she's at the end of her years. And because she was so kind to me when I was going through my bladder cancer experience over a decade ago, I have vowed to her that she will die in my arms. I feel such a bond with this older cat. When I would come home from the bladder cancer therapy, which caused a great deal of discomfort down south, I'd lie on my bed and wait the hours for the discomfort to pass. And that cat would always head right for my lap and groin and chill and just start purring. And the warmth was so magnificent and wonderful and healing. I feel a great debt to that cat. Unlike the brat I just introduced you to, Finn.
So does Finn go in and out?
Finn goes in and out, and we struggle to keep Finn inside, and we're fairly effective. It distresses me when Finn does get out. She is young, and when she watches cat TV, the birds in the windows, she just does that young cat thing where she hunches her back like a leopard, like she could leap through the glass. But my favorite feature is she lowers her lower chin and sort of pants with a kind of bloodlust, like, let me out. We're doing well. We're doing well. Keeping her in.
Excellent. That's great. Debbie Golden Davis, have you located your friend? Magic? you will come back. Sarah, do you want to introduce your little furry people?
Sure. They're also napping. So this is little Miss Zola.
Hi, Zola.
Zola, her default noise is growling. So everything is a growl. And she's done that since she was a baby. We've had her since she was about this big. She's a Maltese poodle. She is full of sass. That is the only way to put it. She has a definite personality. And daily, I tell her, thank God you're cute. Because she's just a stinker. But she's a lot of fun. We love her. But we've had her for about 12 years. And we had lost our old dog, Molly, and we were searching and searching and searching for a small dog, kind of like Kathy was saying. And we couldn't find a small dog at any shelter. I mean, we lived in Benson at the time, and we went to Sierra Vista, Wilcox, Tucson. We went everywhere. I was on waiting lists, and so we did end up purchasing her. And so we wanted to find her a companion. And so we brought home so many different pets, and she did not like any of them. And until we found Tebow. And you can tell now she's jealous. Anyway, we live in Benson. Sadly, there's a place in Benson out past Pomeranian. And it's kind of known for being a place where people drop off unwanted animals. And so a friend of ours lives out there, and he wandered into her property. And so she called me and she said, I think I found the companion for Zola. And so we went and got him, and the poor little thing, you could count every rib on him. He just looked so skinny and pathetic. And but we brought him home, and she just fell in love with him. She accepted him, as did we. So he's just the best little dog. He has a natural mohawk. This grows naturally. But we think he's about, well, we've had him for 12 years, and they thought that he was about Zola's age. So, and Tebow likes to sing. I don't know if he'll sing. Do you want to sing for them? So that's Tebow. And if you're wondering about his name, my husband has a man crush on Tim Tebow.
Tebow's hair, I think, is just the best. Absolutely. Yeah, just friendly people.
Tebow kind of looks like Yoda.
You know, I think because he was so malnourished when he was little, his head looks a little small. And plus we have to free feed him, because if the food's not there, he stresses. He's a little weirdo. You know, he gets really anxious and stressed. And so he's a little overweight now. So that doesn't help the size of his head looking any more normal, but we love him.
It's fantastic. There's Debbie. And Lori, I saw that you had your hand raised earlier.
Hi, I'm Lori.
Hi, Lori.
And I put in the chat box, we have 3 special needs pets, so I'll go around the house to find them.
Okay.
You can see this one. This is,
I'm sorry, what's
she's a toy fox terrier, and she can't hardly see anything. It's sneaking. She can't see very well anymore. My parents probably spent about $2,000 to try and save her sight, but it's not a breed problem. The breeder bred her with that condition. And then over here, I have Riley. Riley was my sister's dog.
Riley?
And Riley is a true rescue from Tucson. And I actually found him online because they were looking for another toy fox terrier like Pixie over here. but they found that he was he's a little rat terrier, and the story is they got him from the rescue center, got him because somebody kicked him down the stairs and broke his leg.
Oh,
And the reason why we think when she went to go pick him up, they said, well, I don't know if anybody told you, but he's deaf. He can't hear a thing and he loves to bark. So that's Riley. And then I can see if I can walk over here and find Zara. Come here, Zara. Come here. This is Zara. Zara is also a rescue dog. Come. Come. She was mainly used for breeding. She just lived in a cage for probably most of her life when she was really young. And she has got ADD and she's on medication for attention deficit disorder. Yes. She's a really good little dog. She is a miniature pincer, and just since I've been here, we've been teaching her how to sit and wait for dinner. She inhales anything that drops on the floor. So, but they're all 3 special needs dogs. And I'm originally from Alaska, and I've rescued hamsters, and I don't see anybody that has a hamster here. I love hamsters. They're the neatest little pets, and they're just so, they have so much personality. But last year, my mom and my sister both passed away, so I'm down here caring for my dad, who ends up with all these dogs. So it's been nice. So thank you for letting me to introduce. Riley's the deaf one, Kix is the little blind one, and this is Zara.
hi.
They're so cute.
Yeah, hamsters. My rescue hamster, Franklin Tostada, passed away at the end of April. So yeah, unfortunately, when Eddie Salaya, who already know, was house sitting for me when I was out of town. So yeah, hamsters are just spectacular. Yeah, they are.
Yes, I agree.
So Debbie, I see you.
Hi, Wrangled Magic.
Yes, hi Magic.
Hi. Did Sarah see that the picture I sent?
Yep, I've got them ready. I'm gonna go ahead and.
Yeah, because I got one of Fitz's towels in turquoise, and he just looks beautiful on it.
Oh, nice.
That's Fitz.
Oh, what great eyes.
Yeah.
Ah. So what's Magic's story?
He showed up in our carport in the end of October of 2015, right before Halloween, and we kind of decided, yeah, this is the squirrels and him discovering each other. I got like 10 baby squirrels outside.
It's like the best picture ever, though. The squirrel's response and the.
Like,
all right, he's gone. Anyway, so he showed up in the carport, and I decided as a black cat, I didn't really want to let him out right before Halloween. So we brought him in, and I tried everything I could to see if he had an owner. He was altered, but not chipped. And we had at the time a 15-year-old female who was not thrilled with this idea. It's like taking a 75-year-old woman and say, here's a 12-year-old boy, have fun. And we had to keep him separated a long time. But anyway, so he's been with us since then. And of course, you know, November 2016, November 2016, everything like went to hell. So he was like really helpful keeping me sane at that time. And he's a laptop. He's like the first laptop I've had in like 40 some years.
that's fantastic.
So anyway, that's Magic, who's now wants to go to the kitchen and get some food because now he's performed, so he deserves something.
Okay.
On the internet, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, look at
Well, he's famous on Facebook. I mean, people said, why don't you get him his own page? I said, well, then what would I post?
Yeah. I've Olivia, my wiener dog, is here. She's snoozing. But with the squirrel photo reminded me that in the outside friends, I have some bird feeders, and there was a baby sparrow who was learning to fly, and everything was great. And didn't see it Monday morning, figured it had flown off because it was almost there on Sunday. no, Olivia went outside and ate it within like just instantly. And I apologized to the bird universe, and yeah, it was nature. So yeah, she was pretty proud of herself.
I think she's still smiling. She's probably dreaming about it right now.
Probably. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm curious, do we have other pet friends to me? Oh, look at Logan. It looks like that's his favorite place to be scratched. Yeah. Yep. So Dave, have you always had cats?
I have always had cats, and the first time I had dogs when I was a kid, then cats as an adult, and then for the first time in my life, about 20 years ago, we had a dog and a cat, and I learned about the strange symbiotic ecology of those two worlds when I would find that the dog viewed the litter box as like a Whitman sampler treat box. It's like, what the? No one warned you about that. But well, I got the mic. I want to give credit to one of my favorite places. They're all wonderful. All of these no-kill places. Bless you. You're wonderful. I got 2 cats from the Hermitage that were wonderful cats I kept for their lifetimes. But there's kind of an interesting bargain at the Hermitage. I swear, if you bring them a bag of cat food, they'll let you in to wander among the cats. And something about no-kill shelters, and I'm sure this is true of Paws and our friend who's opened her home to cats, is I came to call it Cats of the Caribbean, because all the cats were imperfect that were there. They were 3-legged cats, one-eyed cats, one-claw cats, cats with curious ailments that they were courageously battling. It was inspiring to visit the Hermitage Cat Shelter just to see this wide range of amazing cats. And that's my plug for that place.
Brian.
This is cat was Casey. We had her for 17 years. She showed up at the we were living at the Tankerverde Apartments in the early 80s, and as a 7-month-old kitten, and just hanging around in the staircase, and absolutely totally unafraid of anybody, just sort of like, oh, hi there, how you doing? So we decided to bring her on in, and so she was with us for 17 years. And we always loved this black stripe right down the side of her nose.
Yep. Yep.
But Casey was not, was stood for, actually, it was KC, which is for killer cat. Because even though she never got any bigger than 7 pounds, she would just tear into anything stuffed or like a tennis ball or something. She was trying to completely disembowel and destroy this thing. No idea why, but.
Yeah, a friend told me once that, they had a family cat and who liked to hunt and catch and stuff. And the guy was in the shower and he heard the cat come in doing like the cat, like, I got something, meow, so proud. And he was like, oh gosh, what the heck?
What am I gonna find?
And then it was the feather duster. So he was very relieved to not have to deal with some sort of wildlife in the bathroom.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, no, we never let her outside. So she kept her nice and safe indoors.
Yeah.
Because she was so tiny. She was only a 7-pound cat, even fully adult. Never got overweight. She was on demand feeding and she never got overweight. So that was really cool.
Wow. Yeah. I've always had little animals and friends. I think my first pet, I think was a finch, a little bird that I named Pete because I was like 5 and that's what it was doing. So I'm curious about people's, I've seen in the chat some, childhood dog was a rat terrier from Nikki. I'm curious about childhood pets and special friends of people who've always had pets. Sarah, have you always had animals?
Yeah, we had a family dog growing up. Let's see, he was a black lab mixed with, I can't remember. My parents are on here, but I doubt they'll unmute themselves to say. Black lab and something, but his name was Bear. He was the best dog ever. And then I don't know. We've always had dogs. We had another dog, Olive. She was a Pomeranian mix. And then I went through a bird phase and a fish phase. I had this beta fish that lived for like 5 years or something, which I thought was like really long. Her name was Betty. And so we're all animal lovers. And so all my brothers have, dogs and animals and.
Yeah. Kathy, Scott. Oops.
Oh, not unmuted yet, Kathy.
There you go.
Okay, I want to tell a story about 7 or 8 years ago. I actually had 2 cats and 3 dogs at the time. The cat was the leader of the pack. And I had a couch against my front window. They would sit on the back of the couch and poke their head, each one through a blind, and watch the front street. And one night, a lady knocked on my door. I didn't know her. And I said, "Can I help you?" She said, "I just want you to know how joyous my day starts and how joyous my day ends when I go up and down your street and I see those 5 little heads looking out the window. And it's cat, dog, dog." And she said, "It just makes my day every day to see them." So one by one, I have lost them through the years, but Snickers will not look out the window. So I don't know what her problem is.
She's on the internet. She knows. Thank you, Kathy. Courtney, would you like to share about your personal cats? Let's see. We got to unmute you.
There we go. I forgot that it was on mute.
It's okay.
So I have to keep them separated from my dogs because oddly enough, my older guy, he's allergic to my dogs.
Really?
So he loves my dogs, but he is allergic to them. So here's Joey.
Hi, Joey.
For obvious reasons, because he looks like a kid kangaroo.
Oh.
Born with just this for front legs.
Hi, Joey.
And he has one nail on his right claw, which is quite interesting.
So
He is
does
about
Joey
10
try
years
to
old.
walk on the front legs, Courtney, or does it just walk on the back?
He walks with his back legs kind of spread wide and shuffles.
Okay.
Sometimes he'll use the nubs, sometimes he won't. And then here's Jill. Also, this is all the legs she was born with.
Were they from the same litter?
They are not. Jill's about 4, and she is a Scottish Fold Russian Blue. And so Joey was found as a stray here in Tucson. And he was actually my first pet that I adopted when I moved to Tucson, I moved here a little over 9 years ago. So I've had him for about 9 years now, because I moved here about 9.5 years ago, and I got him a few months after. And Jill, I just got her a little over a month ago from Mesa. Jill was actually thrown out of a car in an intersection, taken to a 24-hour vet clinic, and then taken to the Humane Society up there. Within the first hour of her being available for adoption, she was in my arms. So I followed her story the whole time because I was like, I have another like you. You can come with us. So she doesn't like being messed with as much as Joey because, well, she's a girl. I feel like that happens a lot. But she also has one claw on her right nub, just like him, which is so strange. And then my dog that survived distemper, here's her wheelchair. We just last week, we got the news that she needed a wheelchair to help with her joints. And here she is relaxing after her adventures today. Her name is Becca. She was caught in a dog trap at 5.5 months old. She was feral, so she did not know what people were at all. I went down and got her from the Nogales shelter, and she caught distemper from the place that spayed her. I was told by 4 different vets in Tucson to euthanize her because, I mean, it's distemper. That's usually the go-to. But she was eating, drinking, playing, and I was like, she's not giving up. I gotta find something. So within 24 hours, I found an experimental treatment and drove her all the way up to Manhattan, Kansas for it, and it saved her life. It had a 50% chance of working, and here we are over 6 years later. So,
Yes.
yeah.
Wow.
Oh, and then I have this girl. She's my oldest dog now. She's 11 and a half years old. And she's just a mix. I've had her since she was a puppy. I got her from some guy who was trying to give her away in the parking lot of a grocery store. And so I was like, yeah, he claimed she was 8 weeks old. She was like 5.5. And I was like, she's going to end up in somebody else's hands who doesn't know what they're doing. And she's definitely a handful. She's been the most challenging dog I've ever owned, but I love her. And I love her ears.
She has great ears.
Yeah, she does.
Such love. Well, Kathy Donahue.
Yeah, hi. I don't know if the picture got through to Sarah, but this was me in my first, this is me at Catalina in a boat with my first cat, Termite. And this is White's Harbor at Catalina in about 1950, not sure. But anyway, this cat went with us on the boat when we would go over and enjoyed, enjoyed being in the skiff.
So I have to ask Kathy, termite.
Termite. I don't, he was a bit of a, I think my father named him. It was short for Termite the White Destroyer. He was really an attack cat, but very lovely.
Looks like he's having a grand time.
Yeah, so I'm sure, well, I probably put him in the boat and said, we're going rowing. Yay.
Oh, I did forget, Sarah. I had another pet I'm very weird. A friend of mine, when we were younger, an older friend, he brought me a chick, and it grew up to be a rooster. And that rooster was like, I mean, we had the family dog, but that was like more of my pet. And that thing was not very kind to any of my other siblings or anyone else, but loved me. And it was trained. I would climb trees and it would come up and sit with me, and it would ride on my bicycle handles. And when I would walk into the chicken coop, I'd put my arm out and he'd fly up on my arm. But that's my most memorable childhood pet, and they can be trained.
That was fantastic. Wow. Well, thank you. I can't believe we're already done with our hour. We just talk about our animals forever. And so thank you everyone for sharing. And Sarah, who do we have coming up next week for our guest?
So if you guys have not met Carmen Duarte, you're in for a treat, because I think Carmen is the cutest person in the newsroom. She is like just amazing. We love her to death. And that's what everybody that works for the Star says. You will not find someone that says otherwise. So she's worked for the Star since 1981. She mostly has covered in the past the aging population. Her beat is changing a little bit coming up, which is exciting. And so she's going to be covering diversity and inclusion with a primary focus on Tucson's Hispanic communities, culture, issues, business, and people. And you also might be familiar, she wrote the book, Mama Santos, An Arizona Life. It was about the Mexican-American experience in the Southwest and about her family, and it won 11 different awards. So we're looking forward to having her, and so we look forward to you guys joining us and enjoying her as well.
Yeah, she's she's Carmen. That's all I can say. She's Carmen. Excellent. So thank you very much, everyone. And we will hugs and barks and wags and purrs. And Dorothy, my tortoise, is like, hey, I know you're talking about people, because she's right behind me and she started trying to come out. So I'll have someone to feed here shortly. So thank you. And we will see you next week.